All right, good evening. This is Philip Fieldy Music, and I'm just walking my dog. Sorry for the lighting. It's dark out. It's Arizona, so this is the best time to walk my dog anyway. It's not too hot. She's doing okay. Anyways, I will here and there pop up when the lighting gets good. But I just was wanting to do a video tonight. I have to go to bed early because I have a collaboration video to work on tomorrow with another creator. Second collab I've done so far, but first one panned out to be pretty good, so gonna try to work with somebody else this time. And I have a couple more possibly coming up too. I've been trying to work out. Anyway, pull up my glasses. All right. So I was just thinking tonight though, I was like, okay, I want to ask about people's listening habits when it comes to I guess in general, but also with I do deep dives a lot, and I was listening to somebody else talk about deep dives and how sometimes they go out of order chronologically, and I was like, I didn't even think about that because that's not something I would even think about doing. So I guess that was my question. I was like, because I know one of them that comes to my mind where I was like, okay, I was even wanting to do a deep dive was like alanismorissette. I was like, okay, I had heard that she was a teen star. I was really surprised Jagged Little Pill was not her first album, and I was like, okay, I want to find out what her sound was like. And I knew at the time what it had become, and I was like, well, it doesn't sound like Jagged Little Pill at all anymore. But she's had multiple different eras, and so I was like, okay, well, let me try them out. So I did the deep dive, and yeah, she had 2 albums of teen pop stuff, and before Jagged Little Pill. So yeah, it got light for a second. It's gonna go away. But anyways, so to me, it doesn't make much sense to hear the evolution of the sound of an artist if you do it out of order. I don't know who really does deep dives. I don't know if that's a common thing. I know for me back in the day it wasn't, because back when I was younger you had to buy the physical media to be listening to this stuff. And oh man, it was such a gamble back in the day. You'd hear a song on the radio, you really got into it, kept wanting to hear it, try to tape it when it come on the radio. It was before streaming. Streaming was pretty cool because you could just, bring it up and listen to it whenever you want, or when you could pull it up when YouTube started or whatever. But before that, you just have to try to tape it. But sometimes you would take the gamble and be like, oh man, I really have this artist's past work. Let me get this album based on one single. And then you hate the rest of the album. That's happened to me multiple times. Or sometimes you hit, jackpot, and like, oh man, I looked up, I got a great album. I love all these songs, or I like most of them. Like if you got 3 songs out of an album, sometimes you count yourself lucky. Like, oh man, I got 3 good songs. Because I've been in it where I've just got one song, the single I heard on the radio, or if I just like the work of an artist and I didn't know that they're pivoting to something and it just doesn't end up good. I've had that happen before too, where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try this out, and then not even one song. You're like, no, it's bad. So anyway, it's wasting money. So I like streaming because of that, because I can just, if I want to have a history lesson of an artist and check them out, then I do. I know it's kind of, I know it's not kind of controversial, but it's I know it has changed a lot over the years for musicians and how to get paid, which I think the whole touring thing is a good way for people to get paid, but it's that's all messed up too with all AI and stuff like that. But anyway, that's another topic. But anyways, so the listening habits, do y'all listen to, do y'all do deep dives? Are you only a singles artist or listener? I mean, or do you actually listen to a full album? I love albums, so that's my way of doing it. But also, when you do a deep dive, do you count everything? Like I used to not. I used to only do studio albums. Then I kept hearing rumblings like, oh, well, you're not really getting, like, for example, The Weeknd. You're not getting a good example of everything about this artist because you skipped their mixtapes. And I'm like, okay, given. So, or EPs. I don't know which one was on that artist, but sometimes it's EPs, sometimes it's mixtapes. But I have now started putting them into my deep dives. I'm not doing live albums unless there's some particular reason I should, but most of the time I'm not. I'm thinking of SML. That's one I recently listened to that I wasn't too big on, but somebody was like, hey, you should check out their discography. But I think I am going to count that one SML album that got me to try them out that came out this year. But yeah, I don't do live albums usually. I don't usually do compilations. But I don't know. Do y'all like compilations? Would y'all count it? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Would you count live albums? Because I always get weary with that. Like if you're going to do like a Pearl Jam deep dive or something like that, and they got like 100 live albums or something like that. Yeah, I don't think I'm about that. There are some people who love live albums and they love tape culture and taping concerts and stuff like that. But I don't think it's my jam, really. But I guess it's to each their own. But anyways, I guess I'm just curious and trying to start a conversation because I don't really have. I'm going over like my favorite songs of the year now, so I don't want to mess up my flow of what I'm doing with that. So, not really finding anything to talk about. Like I said, I have that collaboration to do tomorrow. It should be coming out on Friday if everything goes well. But yeah, I think that's about it. I was just thinking about that. When I did the Alanis deep dive. I've done so many. I've done over 500, and I started putting rules in place for myself too. Like, because sometimes the artists will come up popular, and everybody's like, "Hey, why don't you do this artist again?" And I'll try, but then it's like, I'm starting to put a 5-year rule. Like, I can't keep doing Kanye or Madonna or Drake over and over and over. I'm like, okay, yeah, let me get a couple albums in there to mix it up and see if there's a change in sound or whatnot. But I'm not going to be doing that all the time. But anyway, the walk is about over. So I guess that's it. So let me know in the comments what you think, your thoughts, all that. Like and subscribe if you're not already. Share, help me get my subscriptions up. I really do need the help, and I do appreciate the help I've been given. Hit the bell, hype the video up, and join me tomorrow for another song of the day and continue our musical discovery. Have a great night. Bye-bye.